Hey guys, it's Project I Want to Live, and I'm Melissa.
And I'm Vanna. So, earlier today, Melissa and I were just talking amongst each other, talking about our project, where things are going, where we're at. And quite frankly, it was a very eye-opening experience that we had together. And for me, honestly, I feel like right now is, we've made just so much progress since the beginning. It's unreal. It's amazing. There's just so many words you can put to that. That this is the time that we need to wrap it all up, get to the end goal, and, then go ahead and keep this project moving in all different types of ways. So honestly, it's a very important part of my life to make sure that we succeed together. In a sense that I care about Melissa getting to her goal. And I know that right now, she's in an uncomfortable place. It's been kind of stagnant for the last few weeks or so. And we need to talk about that. We need to say, hey, what's going on? What do we need to do? What do we need to change to really turn things around? And not that she's gaining weight or reverting back or anything like that. But we need to find out what's that next step going to be. And after our conversation, Melissa, if you want to explain a little bit about, what we realized, and just tell us a little bit about how you've been feeling.
I think it's this couch. It makes me kind of feel emotional. You just want to cry
Change the scenery
and cuddle up on the couch. No, it was funny because it was kind of like a tug of war earlier, just to be honest. And I was even fighting with her because I'm like, I just don't feel like talking today. I don't want to talk. I just don't want to. And she's like, hello, you signed up for this whole thing and you promised no matter how good or how bad you were going to talk about it. And I guess I've been feeling like a guilt to feel bad because there's so many things that are progressing in our journey, like becoming a certified health coach. She's becoming a trainer. We're starting to speak. We're getting, we're getting our passion out there. We're inspiring other people. And I have this guilt because I've been feeling down. And I'm like, how can I feel down when so many things are going good? So I've had this disconnect with my brain and my heart because I'm like, when I think about in my heart of how far we've come, and sometimes it's like, oh my God, I was 250 pounds pre-diabetic last year. And then when I get into my head, I'm like, fuck, I haven't lost weight barely this year. Oh my God, the last few weeks have sucked. My eating's been kind of off. I haven't really been on a routine. I've been kind of just putting myself to the side. And then I've been clenching up because then I'm stressed. And then I'm thinking about oh my God, am I going to make it? Oh my God, I'm so close. The 100 pounds right there. And oh my God, what's after that? So I've kind of been having an argument within myself and talking about it. And she's been feeling it. She's like, are you all right, Lily? I'm like, no, everything is great. We're totally progressing and everything's all great.
She can't pull me.
But then inside, I just feel down. And I guess the moral of the story is I don't need to be perfect. And I know and I didn't even want to talk about this video because I know last video we talked about I'm not a freaking broccoli perfect eater. But I think I've worked so hard to get away from the old Melissa that sometimes it's it's very scary and I don't want to go back. And I tell her everything. If I eat a piece of chocolate, if I eat a freaking burger, I'm like, man, I did this. And it's I have this philosophy that oh, I'm healthy now. And I put this pressure oh, I'm healthy so I can't do anything wrong. And I'm I have to remember that that's not what it's about, And because I'm so afraid to go back and I'm just so hard on myself, it's just sometimes overwhelming and I don't want to let people down. And maybe I don't even have the words for it. Maybe I'm not even expressing. But this has been such a transformation inside and out. And sometimes I don't know how to allow myself to have a bad day because I feel like I don't have the right to have a bad day. So, I don't know if I made sense, but I hope you understand. That is all.
No. Well, I'm really glad you expressed that because I think you needed just to get that out. And I was telling her earlier, I said, this is something we need to address. We have to attack this. We have to talk about this because guess what? So many people get to this point. They're 75% of the way there. And what happens? Something like this. It's not understanding how to have a bad day, how to balance all of that. There's just so many things that we can kind of dive into in what we're talking about right now. But it's really about, it doesn't matter because we just have to keep going. We have to find, stick to a plan. Like, you know what? We need to get on the meal prep. We haven't been on the meal prep. And, we're talking about a couple days, she had made not so good choices with eating. But then we really reverted back and we're like, well, it's because you didn't set yourself up properly within the day. And, oh, well, let's take a look at your activity. And that hasn't been along, a good regimen as well. So it's really just about understanding what's going on, being able to just be okay with that, and just know that, hey, this is what we're doing this for. We're doing these videos so people can really understand what it takes to lose 100 pounds. What are the ins and outs of what is going to happen to someone when they're on this type of journey, when they're trying to change their life. And it's not only about health and wellness, but it's about anything that you're going to do in your life to create success. So that's why I wanted us to express this today and, totally changing up, my tone and everything. But like I said, it needed to have been said.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep going. And I told her, I said, there's no fear, we're not going to get there because I'm going to make sure we get there. And that's why we have this partnership. That's why we have this project, to make sure that no matter what, ever since video 1, we said, all right, we got to finish it now because we're in too deep. So that's what we have for you guys today. We'll talk to you soon.
Next video, you will see a happier me.
You're already happy.
I'm already happy. But that's it. See you guys later.
Bye. Bye.